Hey there, we have like eons of stories to tell. So if you want to follow us along on this journey and keep up with all the stories that we have putting out, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Hey, what is up, everybody? Today we're gonna be continuing with the death of Doctor Strange. All right, so we start off here in Avengers Mountain. Now, if you see this mountain right here, this is actually a mountain that's gonna be formed during the Avengers story that I'm telling right now. The one with the final host, the Dark Celestials and stuff. That's where this mountain comes from, because it wasn't originally there. That's the progenitor, the very first Celestial that came to Earth. That's the one that is. So they're there, and like Doctor Strange, he's actually overseeing his own autopsy, basically. He has Jane Foster working on his body, seeing what happened, seeing why it happened, stuff like that, and he's like overseeing it. So while he's doing that, you have Clea. She's in the main room for the Avengers Mountain, and she's talking to the Avengers about the three mothers and the child that they were talking about. Basically saying like these three mothers, they basically no one knows much about them. They just go through all these different lands and just like destroy everything, basically just kill everybody. And they're basically doing it for the child to basically because the child is basically like hunger, like that child is basically at the top of the magical food chain. Like he sits there and he just eats magical beings. That's what he does. And basically the mothers, they're basically out just trying to like get him food that he can feast on, basically. So while she's doing that, Doctor Strange and Jane Foster, they come out there. They're actually done with the autopsy, and Doctor Strange, he has like info now. Like he comes out, he says, "Okay, my hands are gone, my soul is gone. With all that, my power is gone. So whatever took my power, took my hands, wanted my power. So that's what they did. And like since my soul is gone, I can't. There can't be no other Sorcerer Supreme, because my soul, it never passed on. So like technically, I'm still the Sorcerer Supreme. So with that, they end up telling the Avengers that they have to work on the warlords, Umar, Tibero, Agamon, and Dagoth, like all of them, because those are the people that fled to Earth. And they basically like fled to Earth for like protection, because like the Avengers, the X-Men, the Inhumans, all of them, they fought off so many different threats. They fought off Dormammu, Galactus, Thanos, everything. Every time something has come their way, they've managed to destroy it. So like it makes sense for everyone to actually want to come and stay there. Because like imagine if like the mothers, like they come. Well, disregard the last video. Imagine like if the mothers like came there and they had like the everybody, like all the X-Men, the Avengers, everybody just walk up to them. They're not gonna survive that. They're 100% gonna get put away. That's why the warlords and stuff went there. That's what they came there for, just protection. They're just basically trying to like save themselves, and they run their kingdoms with them so they can like preserve their kingdoms as well. So that's basically why they did that. With their those are people that fled to Earth with their kingdoms when like all this stuff started popping out. So the Doctor Strange, Clea, and Wong, they end up leaving, and like we see them leave, and like we actually see Doctor Strange and Clea, they're actually at the Sanctum, and what they're doing is Clea has like this spirit that she sends out, and like she's gonna have this spirit like scour the globe, just like go around the entire globe and see if they can find these magical artifacts. So they do that. They send the spirit out, and as soon as they do that, Clea just breaks down. She just like starts losing it, cause like all right, so she's basically talking about how her and Doctor Strange, they were married before, they like and they stopped being married, and like they ended up making up or whatever, like finding their love back. And like as soon as they did that, Doctor Strange wiped her memory, because the way that this worked out, like the story behind this is, all right, so there was this instant where Galactus, like he went crazy, and like Doctor Strange, he had all of the magical beings. He had everybody. Like he had the Silver Surfer, he had Gladiator, he had everybody. Like he had some of the strongest people. Like Galactus was stupidly OP in that story. He had some of the strongest people. Satanish couldn't take out Galactus. Gladiator himself is one of the most powerful people. Like when it comes to like pure power in Marvel, he might be the strongest. Like Gladiator's stupidly OP. Silver Surfer, he could have, well, he's not as strong as Galactus. Him and Galactus both had a power cosmic, but Galactus, he was just wrecking everybody. And basically what happened was he started absorbing everybody's power, right? So Doctor Strange, he had everybody, he had more people coming and coming, he and Galactus kept like taking everybody's powers and stuff until he basically like overloaded himself. So Doctor Strange, he went and blasted him, and like Galactus split. And to tell you how much energy he had, the Living Tribunal himself was scared when that happened. So when that happened, like the entire universe was destroyed, like everything was gone. So this Doctor Strange, he made a deal with Mephisto that he'd like fix the universe, because it was back to a singularity. It wasn't like the actual universe. Doctor Strange went and he like put it back together basically. So after that, Mephisto actually like, you know, he did his little trick, like his little double stuff, you know, where he's like, oh well, I didn't really say that, I said this, and you thought I said that, and you know, stuff like that, and all like do, you know, that kind of stuff. And basically like his real deal that he wanted with Doctor Strange is to basically take away the relationship of Clea and Doctor Strange, pretty much. So that's basically what she's talking about, like, you know, how they just finally got their love back, you know, stuff like that. And like he had to wipe her memory pretty much. And you know, like the old school Doctor Strange is basically just like trying to like, you know, console her, you know, stuff like that, you know, make her feel better, you know, that, you know, all that kind of stuff. And while they're doing that, they end up the spirit that they sent out actually ends up coming back. And like she says that there was the cloak of levitation and the eye of Agamotto is in Castelmordo. So it seems like Baron Mordo himself was the one that killed Doctor Strange. We'll get more about that when we get there, but that's just what it's looking like. So we actually get Doctor Strange. He knows what this means, because like he's had to battle Mordo like many times, like throughout the years. Like that's like one of his like arch nemesis pretty much. So he's like he's like, okay, yeah, he's finally did it, he's finally killed me. So he goes to Castelmordo and just like starts wrecking everybody. And while he's doing that, the three mothers are making a move on the on one of the warlords, Dagoth. So you have Doctor Strange invading Castelmordo, you have the three mothers invading Calamesh, and like they are just tearing through everybody. And like Doctor Strange, he ends up seeing Cassilius, and he goes and grabs him and asks him where Mordo's at. He tells him where Mordo is at, and you see Mordo standing behind the door with the cloak of levitation and the eye of Agamotto. And while that's happening, the three mothers, they finally get Dagoth and feed him to the child, the hunger child. Dagoth just died, so he's there like a warlord short basically. So now it's just Umar, Tibero, and Agamon. So with Castelmordo, you have Baron Mordo. You know, he comes out and he's like, you know, I'm not scared of y'all. Look, I have this stuff. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is, but I have this stuff, but I don't know why it's here. And Doctor Strange is like, no, like Wong is like, you're a liar. Like, and Mordo's like, no, why would I lie about this? Why would I kill Doctor Strange, the guy I've been trying to kill for years and years? And like, why would I lie about that? I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm gonna boast about it. I'm gonna, you know, talk my stuff, you know? Like that. That's how he's talking basically. And Doctor Strange knows it's true. He's like, yeah, you're right, man, whatever. So they end up leaving, right? Now after they leave, they go, you know, they sit down, you know, they're watching, they're basically looking at the at Dagoth being fed to the child, pretty much, you know, like he's basically getting eaten. So while he's doing that, you know, Doctor Strange, he hangs up on Captain America, and he's just like sitting there, and he's just like, I really am a fool to think I could do this. Like, why did I think I could do this? I really thought this would work, like, you know, stuff like that. He's like beat himself up, you know, because he couldn't figure out what's going on. But while that's happening, him and Bats, you know, they end up going for a walk, right? He actually takes the dog Bats out for a walk. And while they're out walking, he actually ends up talking to Bats, and Bats is just like, well, I mean, that's probably wrong, but like, who hates both of y'all? And Doctor Strange, he starts thinking, he's like, what do you mean? Like, he's just like, okay, well, I mean, you died, and Baron Mordo has been wanting to kill you forever, so somebody took the feeling of, you know, killing you away from him. So I mean, who wants to kill both of y'all? Like, they took something from both of y'all. And Doctor Strange is just like, that's true. Like, let me go think about this. So he actually gets an idea. So, you know, he flies away. He goes and he gets Wong, and he tells Wong to round up all of the magical beings, like all of them, everybody on the planet, pretty much. And he asks Clea if she'd be able to like summon the warlords, and she's like, well, I mean, yeah, they wouldn't, you know, dare say no. So I mean, yeah, and, you know, like basically like, you know, talking about, you know, like talking her stuff pretty much. And so they end up going to Umaria. They go to Umar's little kingdom. You know, they go in there. You know, they're talking to Agamon, Tibero, and Umar, and they're basically like, as soon as they get there, like they just start talking trash about Strange. Like he would just like, you know, get them out the way real quick. They just start talking trash, like, oh, you come here like pity, like, with your little games, make us laugh, entertain us with whatever you have to say. And, like Doctor Strange, he starts talking. It's basically like a murder mystery thing right now. So, like, he's talking, right? And, like, he says, like, okay, I know what y'all did. Y'all were scared, right? So y'all came here. The three mothers, y'all couldn't beat them. So y'all came here so the Avengers could protect y'all, right? Now, what y'all did, y'all needed to get the Sorcerer Supreme out of the way. So what y'all did was y'all put all of y'all's power into this one person and had him go and kill him. Y'all had that happen. He could take my hands, he could take my power, all that stuff. And that person is none other than Cassilius. I've never seen a more anticlimactic thing. Like, Cassilius is so insignificant. Like, that's basically like saying, like, the Living Tribunal died and they go through this entire, like, oh, who did it type thing, and then it just, like, turns out to be, like, Squirrel Girl or something. I mean, not gonna knock Squirrel Girl. She never lost. It can happen. Just saying. I'm just saying. But, yeah, if you... if you enjoyed this story, leave a like. We're gonna get into the fight between Doctor Strange and Cassilius in the next one. And I'll see y'all then.